What up, chess players? Decided to play some Chess960. It's one of my ratings that's below 2000, so I want to get that up, and thought I'd play a couple games. Someone had a seek out, so I accepted his or her challenge. A foam. For those who aren't familiar with Chess960, it's a chess variant with all the exact same rules, except the back rank is scrambled. The rules for the back rank setup are that the bishops have to be on opposite colors, and the king has to be between the two rooks. And the way castling works is I could actually castle right now. I could have castled on move one. The castle situation, basically, they're same as normal chess. There can't be pieces in the way, and the king and rook end up the same way they would in regular chess. So, for instance, this would be castle and queen side. However, castle king side, unlike regular chess, takes a lot more work. Here, I'd have to move 1, 2, 3 pieces, and the king would end up on g1, the rook on f1, same as regular chess. And you get a lot of interesting, unique positions right out of the opening that you would never get in regular chess. So it's kind of cool. So I played c4. I want to get both my bishops active. Also, I have a threat already. One thing that you have to be careful of, you can have a threat on move 1 in regular chess, the f7 pawn and the f2 pawn are the weakest pawns. But here, this pawn is weak. This pawn is weak. I guess the b pawns are the weakest. And in regular chess, the d pawn is the strongest, defended like 4 times. And if you see the queen here, knight here, bishop here, king here, all defending the d pawn. And here, it's only defended by the king. So a lot to think about. I generally don't like to play fast time controls, but I had an increment here, so 5-2. I figured, why not? So computer engine doesn't like this move. Well, for first thing, it drops this pawn, and the engine actually says black can go ahead and take this pawn. First off, if I push to attack the rook, he can take with check, so that's no good. Engine sends this the best move, and then take back next move. I'm hitting the queen. I have compensation for my pawn, but no more than that. So, but it's a fast game. Honestly, I didn't even see this pawn was hanging. I was so fixated on this. And here, yeah, now it's saying queen takes is the best move. Here, what did my opponent play? He played queen f7, making luft, if you will, for the rook to get over to g8. And I go ahead with my plan. I'm going to show you the game first, and then I'm going to show what the computer recommended for black. So I attack the rook. He has to move the rook. Well, there goes castling kingside, because the rules of castling are the same. I bring my knight out. He attacks my pawn chain. If I take him, he's getting free development. And so I decide to defend the pawn this way, inviting him to play a5, which he does. And now I take, so he has no time to take my knight since the queen's hit. And should take with the pawn, or maybe the knight, probably the pawn. Well, he misses my threat here. He takes with the queen, and now I jump my knight into d5. And this is one of the cool things about Chess960. In regular chess, it's this diagonal that's very weak often, and you get a lot of tricks there. In this variation, without a bishop here, without a knight here, it's totally different. This square is actually very weak, and he misses the threat, and now he has to cough up his queen. And I can even trade some more pieces after I take back. I can take the bishop. I'll be a queen m4 piece. So that was a quick game, but of course you think you're so clever. But let's go back to the beginning. So here, now the engine's saying take this pawn, but before the engine said play knight b2, knight to b6, and I was thinking, what is he? What's the engine talking about? I'm just gonna push, attack this rook. Then the engine says play c6. Okay, I take the rook. Okay, let's say, okay, I see black has a threat. Say I play rook c2. He can take. Say I take. All of a sudden, I'm in big trouble. For instance, I move the knight. Bam. Now, this square is under heavy fire, and anyone can see that white is in big trouble. So, yeah, it's just really cool how tactical the game is for move one. How the weak squares are totally different than in normal chess, and same rules of sacrificing material for development are maybe even more important than regular chess because the pieces are, depending on the setup, can be less harmonious and just awkward. Like the knights in the corner are awkward. The queen off to the side is awkward. So if one side or another gets the initiative, it can be deadly. So it was deadly for me on after this variation. But had black played a little differently, instead of moving his queen, knight b6, I honestly probably would have gone ahead with this. White can just play b3, defend, and still threaten this. Still black plays c6, unafraid, and here we have a similar situation as in the game. If I take the queen, c5, he's threatening me, I threaten him. Well, if I take, now my king is quite exposed here, and c6 also opens his bishop, so yeah, this is not a good situation for me. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you can literally open a 960 position and just look at variations with the computer from the beginning and just look at all sorts of different creative moves, variations, and yeah, you never know what kind of position you're going to get out of the box. Wait a minute. I guess I'm getting mated if I try to get a queen here. Yeah, mate 9. Well, even if he doesn't mate me, he can take this pawn back. Yeah, chess is cool, and Chess960 is chess. I mean, atomic chess, suicide chess, all these other variants are probably awesome also, but I like Chess960 because it's just chess. The only thing different is the starting position. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a little 9-move game, but still so much richness to explore. I'm only scratching the surface. Thanks for watching.